for the Williston State Tetons as they look to put their best foot forward heading into the Mondac Conference Championship. And there are some things at play both here and around the conference. Kicking things up first off is the women's game. With a win today against a shorthanded Dakota College at Bottineau squad, they'd be able to clinch a first-round bye in that Mondac Conference tournament and would be able to head right down to Wahpeton coming up this upcoming Friday. For the men's team, their seeding is set, but still yet to be determined will be where they are going in conference play. Some work to be done for the Miles Community College Pioneers. They will need to win against Dawson Community College, and then they will also have to have Bismarck State College lose to Lake Region State. If those two things happen, the Tetons will be heading to Bismarck. If either the Mystics win or the Pioneers lose, then the Tetons will be traveling to Miles City, a team they've beaten 2 out of 3 times they have played here this season. We're going to take a look first coming up at the women's game. We'll start off looking at Dakota College at Bottineau. They come into the game 6-23 overall in the season, 0-20 on the year in conference play. Losers of their last 13 straight. They are 2-10 on the road. Looking at individual game stats for this Lady Jacks team, per game they are scoring 60.9 points per game, shooting 35.5% from the field, 29% from beyond the arc, and 64% from the charity stripe. Of their total made 23 field goals per game, they are making 13.5 assists per contest. For their rebounds, they're pulling down a total plus 3.2 in the rebound margin. They're getting 39 total, 25.5 defensive, and 11 offensive rebounds per game. They're holding their opponents to 73.8 points per game, and their opponents are shooting just under 41% from the field and 31% from beyond the arc. Leading scorer here so far throughout the year for Bottineau is J.C. Hall. Hall coming in as one of the carryovers from the fantastic Lady Jacks team that they had last year that made it to regionals. Hall coming in from Shiloh Christian. The 6'2 center is pouring it in at 20.5 points per contest, and she's going to have to do a significantly more lifting out on the court as the Jacks will only be going 6 deep today without Lexi Nelson out on the court. Just under 8 minutes left to go. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll break down what the Tetons have been doing lately. It is sophomore night here in Williston. We'll be back for more pregame show in 2 minutes.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
Mike, we're back here at the Well in Williston. 5.5 minutes left to go in the pregame before we get set for senior night action here, sophomore afternoon action here at the Well in Williston. The Tetons have 4 sophomores that will be hitting the court tonight. Number 4, Emily Kurkowski, a 5'9" sophomore from Melbourne, Australia. Played 17 games throughout the season after battling back with a broken right wrist, and most recently missed a couple more after dealing with a concussion. She is back on the floor, has cleared medical, and she is ready to help lead the squad to a win here to end off the regular season. Number 11, Haley McDonald, a 5'10" sophomore from Canberra, Australia. Played 28 games so far. She had to right the ship for the Tetons without Kurkowski early in the season. She's averaging 10.4 points per game and has been coming on very strong as of late. Sydney Labatt, redshirt sophomore from Floyd, Montana. A workhorse down low for Coach Triplett and the squad. Sydney's averaging just under 7.5 points per game, and has put in a lot of good work out on the court. They're now honoring those sophomores out here. Coach Triplett and Schwenke handing them a little bit of a token of appreciation for their 2 hard years of work on the court. And then Irene De La Fuente, the last senior, a 6'2" sophomore from Valladolid, Spain, and she is at center, scoring 9 points per game. Played all 28 points per season, played all 28 games this season, and as well as she is a valued member here, has done a great job both on the defensive end and recently has started to stretch out her game from the perimeter. So all 4 seniors are starting to be honored right now on the court. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout, and we'll be back here for more action right here on 660 Keys News Radio.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Mike and we're back here for Tetons basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. They put an extra couple minutes up on the clock to get ready to go. Let the girls warm back up after they honored all of the sophomores here on Terry Olson Court in the well on the campus of Williston State College. Taking a look at the Tetons to see where they're at on the season. Currently coming into this game, they're in with an overall record of 18-10 on the road, 13-7 in conference play. They are won their last game against United Tribes Technical College, but are just 2-3 in their last 5 games after sputtering a bit against Lake Region State, Miles Community College, and NDSCS. So they're looking to clinch a first-round bye with a win here today. We're also scoreboard watching over in Devil's Lake, as they have the Mystics are on the road taking on the Royals for another huge game, which if the Royals beat Bismarck State, it will be an automatic win automatic first round bye no matter what happens here in the well in the Tetons. But Williston State and head coach Bill Triplett would like to take care of things on the home court and build some momentum heading in to conference tournament action. The Tetons on the year scoring 65 points per game. They're holding their opponents to 61 per contest, as well as holding their opponents to shooting 37.5 from the field and 31.5 from beyond the arc. Williston State, on average, is pulling down just under 35 rebounds a game, 25 defensive, 9.5 offensive. They are hitting 42% of their field goals, 28.5% of their three-point shots, and 66% from the charity stripe. On their average made, 24.5 made field goals per game. They are assisting on over 15 of those field goals, so over 2 out of every 3 field goals made here by this Teton women's basketball team is an assist, so they are sharing the ball well, and they'll look to put it on the short-handed Lady Jacks team. Tetons are turning it over 16 times per game, getting 9 steals, blocking it just under 3 times per game, and committing 14 fouls per contest. Tetons will be looking to attack here to try to get this Lady Jack team into foul trouble with only 1 member on the bench. That would make them have to play a bit more conservative, especially for on-ball pressure and down in the post. Tetons are exiting the court here under a minute left before we get started for the pregame festivities. We'll have the national anthem preceded by the starting lineups. We're going to step aside for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the final starting lineups for the regular season for the Williston State Teton women's basketball team as they look to make their mark in the postseason coming up later this week. If they get a win, it'll be their first game will be down in Wahpeton. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for the news.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
Mike and we're back here for Teton basketball. National anthem is in the books, and now it's the starting lineups for both teams. We'll start off with the Lady Jacks. They'll be in their white uniforms with green trim. Coming out first is a 5'4" sophomore from Bottineau, number 4, Sabra Peterson. Next out is number 11, a 5'7" sophomore guard from Trenton, North Dakota, Alexis St. Pierre. Out next, a 6'2" sophomore center from Colladale, Colorado, number 23, Coylin Gilliford. Number 31, a 5'8" sophomore forward from Bottineau, North Dakota. Number 33, Alyssa St. Pierre. And rounding it out is a 6'2" sophomore center from Bismarck, North Dakota, number 43, Jay-Z Hall. Well, all 5 players out there for these Jacks. Time now for the starting lineups for the Williston State Tetons. Kicking it off first is a 5'4" freshman guard from Grenora, North Dakota, number 3, Elizabeth Field. A 5'9" sophomore guard from Melbourne, Australia, number 4, Emily Kurkowski. A 5'10" sophomore guard from Canberra, Australia, number 11, Haley McDonald. Number 25, a 5'9" redshirt sophomore forward from Freud, Montana, Sydney Labatt. And number 33, a 6'2" sophomore center from Valladolid, Spain, Irene De La Fuente. Who we have coming on to the court here now. First is the Jacks and the Tetons getting a last-second huddle with Coach Triplett and Schwenke. As is per usual, they always get a last little coach up to make sure that they know the situation, how they're going to start this game off. And Tetons now coming out onto the court. These sophomores in their last home game of their careers here for Williston State, looking to go out on a high note. In the center circle, it is going to be Labatt going up against Hall. Here it is, jumps up, and that'll be won by Labatt, coming down by Field. Field will take it up the court. First possession belongs to the Tetons. Field will drive, kick it over to McDonald. Back to Field, looking down low for Labatt. They're going to kick it up on top to De La Fuente. Swing it to McDonald on the near wing. She'll look to drive. Flips it down low. Tipped away by St. Pierre, and she'll take it away. Up the ball comes Alyssa St. Pierre. She'll drive through, hounding defense. Flips it up to Alexis St. Pierre. Pushes it up to the wing. Late to get back in transition are the Tetons on defense, but they do pass up on top to Peterson. Peterson up to the high post to Hall. Hall looking to take it on the drive. She'll drive on De La Fuente, lose it out of bounds, and then it'll go back to Wilson State. 9:24 left to go here in the first quarter. De La Fuente will be getting the ball back into Field. Field will bring it back up the court. Peterson waiting for about 10 feet past the perimeter. Over to McDonald. Hand it back off to Field. Looking down low for De La Fuente. Nothing there. Kurkowski coming around a high screen. A three-pointer on the way. Just off the mark. No good. Rebound pulled down by Hall. She'll look to get it off to a guard. And Hall will take it up the court herself across the timeline. 9:03 left to go. Both teams still looking for a score. And there's going to be a reach and foul on De La Fuente. She looked to go for, tried to poke it away and would have been off to the races. She commits her first personal, first team foul. One tick under 9 minutes left. Inbound pass is going to go into Guilford. Guilford down low, and there's going to be another foul called on De La Fuente. Try to poke another pass away in, and this will see Yasmin Butler check into the game. Second personal, second team, as De La Fuente will spend most likely an extended time on the bench here with 2 early fouls. Peterson set to inbound the ball. She gets it into Hall. Hall looking to drive on Butler. Puts it up off the backboard and in. 2 points for J.C. Hall. And the Jacks are off to a 2-0 lead over the Tetons. Back comes Field up the court. She'll push it up to Kurkowski. High ball screen from Butler over to Labatt. Labatt looking down low, nothing there. Now to Field. Field turns the corner, give and go, nothing there to Labatt, up to Butler. Reset now back to Kurkowski. She scans another high ball screen. Kurkowski swings it to Field in the corner, down low to Labatt. Can't handle the pass into the hands of Hall. Hall will get it off to Peterson, who will march it up the court. Peterson driving, trying to get past Field. Field going for a strip, just about got it. Peterson picks it up, trying to get it off, and that's going to be finally picked up by Hall around the timeline. She looks to go, hand it off over to Alexis St. Pierre. Now to Guilford, driving, kicking off to Alyssa St. Pierre. Pulls up from just inside the arc, no good. Pull down for McDonald. Tetons are going to push it up the court. Long pass over to Field. Field picks up her dribble over to Labatt along the far corner. Back to Field on the wing. Loses the handle. She'll have it on the drive. Looking to turn the corner over to McDonald. Baseline drive for McDonald. Swings it over to Butler. Back to Field. Field pushing back up on top. She picks it up. Bounce pass over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski high screen from Labatt. Labatt gets the give and go. Throws it up and over the rim. No good. Field's going to come down with it. Loose ball on the ground, and they're going to call an alternating error jump ball before the shot clock expired. Alternating arrow will give it back to the Jacks. 7:25 left to go. Quick sub coming in for Bottineau into the game for the first time is Lexi Nelson. Nelson in the game. Bottineau without Whitney Peck here for this final game of this regular season for both teams. Back up the court comes St. Pierre. They'll get it up into Alexa St. Pierre in the corner over to Nelson. Nelson lose the draw, lose the ball out of bounds. Turnover back to the Tetons. 7:12 left to go. They're still looking to get their offensive going. Haven't scored, now approaching in on 3 minutes of the first quarter. Back up comes Field. She'll cross the timeline. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson, tough on-ball defense, looking for a give and go to Kurkowski. Bounce pass. Kurkowski flares out to the wing. Looking for Labatt up on top. Kurkowski takes it on the drive. Over to McDonald. McDonald open from the wing for three. That's up, no good. Pulled down by Hall. Hall will get it off to Alexis St. Pierre, and she'll march it up the court. 6:45 left in the first. Flip pass over to Hall. Butler out on the perimeter guarding her. Passes it over to Guilford. Down underneath to Alexis St. Pierre. Forces shot up. That's going to be in and out. No good. Pulled down by McDonald. McDonald kicking it off to Field. Tetons will push it up the court again. They want to make this one up and down. Over. Butler had a steal. Couldn't quite get it to her in time. Field's going to push it around the perimeter. Get back up on top. Curl through. Butler on top. She'll kick it off to McDonald. McDonald gets a high on-ball screen from Butler. Flips it up at the rim. No good. Again, it's going to be jump ball called, and that'll give it back to Williston State. 6:09 left to go. Tetons still looking for their first score of the game, sitting at 2-0 in this low-scoring, plodding affair, much in the favor of the Jacks so far in the game. Couple officials are having a conference here, and now we're set to go. Tetons set to inbound. Kurkowski will trigger, get it up on top to Butler, swing it to field. Back comes Kurkowski on the wing. She has a seam, trying to drive, and she's going to be called for the travel. Tetons turn it over after getting the jump ball. 6:03 left to go in the first here on the American State Bank scoreboard. Tetons have committed 2 personal fouls, both of them on Irene De La Fuente. Inbound pass going to Gilliford. Back it'll go over to Alyssa St. Pierre. She'll flip it up to Gilliford to the wing. She'll pull up. Mismatch on the outside. Gilliford was being guarded by Field. Overs go down low to Hall. Working on Butler. Going to be stripped away by Field, and she'll push it up the court. She's going to take it. Gets it past the tip down there. Out it's going to go over to Field. Field swings it to Kurkowski. Kurkowski with a long 3 on the way. That's off the mark. Hall with another rebound. Tetons still going dry now through 4.5 minutes of play. Alyssa Hall is trapped. Alyssa St. Pierre. And Chasey Hall has it on top of the perimeter. Up on top to Alyssa Hall. She'll drive, lose a handle, and it's going to be just about stripped away by Kurkowski. Kurkowski did a good coverage. Get over on Alexa. Here comes a drive on by Hall. Hall down on Butler, and there's going to be a travel called on Hall. We'll give it back the other way with 5:14 left to go. Tetons still trying to get on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. Field pushing it up the court. She'll talk with McDonald now. Break into a jog, walk across the timeline. 5:08 left to go. Over to McDonald on the near wing. Up on top to Butler. Butler surveying, waiting. Kurkowski coming up on to the wing. High ball screen from Butler. She'll step back. Give it over to Labatt. Over to McDonald. McDonald's going to drive. Bounce the pass intended for Butler was kicked away by Hall with 4:52. First stoppage under 5 minutes. There's been a total of 2 points scored in this first quarter. We're going to step away for a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back for more Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
We're back here for Teton basketball. Ball is in play. Haley McDonald gets it over to Elizabeth Fields. She drives to the elbow, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul called on the Lady Jacks. Their first team foul committed in the game. We'll see who it's on. Maybe on, and it is on Alexis St. Pierre, her first personal foul. McDonald looking to get it in. Up on top, it'll go to Kurkowski. She'll bring it to the top of the perimeter. McDonald with a drive down low to Butler, and it goes between Butler's hands, out of bounds. Another turnover for the Tetons, closing in on 5.5 minutes of play without the Tetons scoring here to start the game. Hall gets the ball, swings it over to Nelson. Nelson back to Gilliford. Long pass stolen away by Butler. Gets it down the field. Back up to Butler. That's going to be off the rim. Labatt with the rebound. She'll be in the low post. Up to Kurkowski. Baseline drive. Emily Kurkowski puts it up. That's no good. Butler's going to put it back up. That's no good. 3 chance at a bucket, and the Tetons can't get it done. Now it'll be the Jacks coming back up the court. Alexis St. Pierre, she's going to drive. Thrown away by McDonald. She just looked to push. And it's going to be a foul called on Alyssa St. Pierre, preventing the breakaway and a layup. And McDonald will come out of the game here with 4:07 left to go in the first. Tetons now trying to get a basket in before 6 minutes have elapsed in the first quarter. Elizabeth Field gets the ball. pass is going to be tipped, but Labatt is going to pick it up before it gets into the backcourt. Brianna Oldelk into the game for McDonald. Up on top to Butler to Kurkowski. She'll pick up a high ball screen once again from Butler. Get to the elbow. Out to Labatt. 6 on the shot clock. Butler in the middle of the paint. She can't handle it. Beckett's going to come up the court, and there's going to be a foul called on Yasmin Butler with 3:47 left to go in the first quarter. Kansas, his bad horse, set to come into the game. Second Teton sub who has come in. Kansas is going to be in for Butler. Near 3:47 inbound play for the Jacks. Third team foul on the Tetons with that push by Butler. Pass goes up on top to St. Pierre from Hall. She'll push over to the far wing. Crossover, screen from Hall. Pick up from the elbow, off the mark, no good. Hall with an offensive rebound. She'll reset, fresh 30 on the shot clock. Swing it over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Now to Alexa. She'll pull it back. Set up the half-court offense once again for the Lady Jacks, trying to extend their 2-0 lead here with 3:20 left in the first. Alyssa St. Pierre drives around the corner. She's going to get a good look, and she'll fall over. No call either way, and no foul, no travel as she hit the deck, and they're going to call it a jump ball, and will keep it with the Jacks here with 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Nelson set to inbound the ball, as they're going to put 10 seconds on the shot clock. They initially had 20 back up there. They reset it to 20, but it'll just be 10. Nelson looking to get it in. Up on top. Fields going to intercept it. She's off to the races. No one in front of her. She'll lay it up, and she'll be fouled. That one's going to go on Alexis St. Pierre. That is her second personal foul here with 3:08 left to go. So it will be Elizabeth Field at the line with 3:08 left to go in the first quarter. Guilford coming out of the game. Going back in for her will be Lexi Nelson. Field on the way for one, up and good, and the Tetons have broken their scoreless streak. That was at 6 minutes and 52 seconds to start this game. Elizabeth Field with a chance to tie things up at 2 points if she can make the second, and she does. Tie ball game at 2 apiece. Inbound pass to Alexis St. Pierre. Up on top, over to Hall. Now back to Nelson. Nelson, long pass up. Up to Alexis St. Pierre, down on the high post to Hall. Hall has it stolen away from her by his bad horse. She's off, has trouble handling it. It's going to be poked away, be pulled out of there, and saved from going out of bounds by Alyssa St. Pierre. Long pass up to Peterson. Peterson gets it up to Alyssa St. Pierre on the wing, and she's going to be called for a travel. Went for a jump pass down low to J.C. Hall, but good defense by the Tetons forced the turnover. 2:41 left to go in the first quarter. Brianna Oldelk will get it in to Elizabeth Field. She'll march it back up the court. Tetons looking for their first lead of the game. Field pushes over to a left to Brianna Oldelk. Looking down low for Labatt. Good post move, and she's going to get through. Bounce pass to the outside. Alyssa St. Pierre took an inadvertent elbow. Labatt down low, and there's going to be another foul on Alexa St. Pierre. That is her third personal here in the first quarter. And with a short bench, they might just have to ride with who they have, as Guilford just came out of the game. Labatt at the stripe for 2 on the season. 54% free throw shooter from the line. Misses the first. She'll have one more coming. Guilford set to check in. Labatt at the stripe for her second of 2. That one is up and in. Tetons have a 1-point lead. 3-2 with 2:24 left to go. St. Pierre out of the game. Coming back in is going to be Guilford. Looking for an inbound pass. No one open. They finally get it into Hall in the corner, trying to get it off. She's being corralled by Oldelk. Up it'll go to Alyssa St. Pierre. Alyssa St. Pierre just about had it stolen away by Kurkowski, who's back in. Up on top to Alyssa. Down low to Hall. Hall trying to force it down to Nelson. That's out of bounds and will go back to the Tetons. 2:09 left to go. And finally showing some signs of life here in the later stages of the first quarter. Elizabeth Field walking across the timeline. Over to his bad horse. Looking down low for Labatt. Nothing there. They're giving her all the room in the world to operate. Up on top to Kurkowski. Kurkowski swings it to Oldelk. Looking down low for Labatt again. Can't quite find an angle. Up on top to Field. She'll curl. Gets it into the paint. Floater off the backboard. In it goes. Elizabeth Field now with 5 with 4 of the 5 points for Williston State in this first quarter. Peterson's going to be hounded. Long swinging pass over to Guilford. She'll get across the timeline. Back to Peterson it goes. On the corner. Here comes a three-pointer by St. Pierre, and that's going to be up and no good. Back comes Kurkowski, racing up the court, trying to get the Jacks caught in transition. Second effort, swings it up on top now to his bad horse for 3. That is off the mark. Field with the rebound, drives it across the baseline over to Oldelk. Oldelk will take one from range. That is up and good. Brianna Oldelk with a three-pointer, and there's going to be a timeout called by the Lady Jacks with 1:12 left to go. Tetons showing some signs of life, up by 6, 8-2. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Be back from the well in Williston for more Teton basketball in half a minute.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
We're back here for Teton basketball. Teton's up 8-2. Guilford has the ball in the backcourt, forces it up to Peterson. Peterson has it tipped away. Coming with it is Field. She'll pull it back out. Up on top to Oldelk. Oldelk bounce pass over to Labatt, puts it up and in for 2. Sydney Labatt with 2 points in the game. She has a total of 3. Full court press by the Tetons. Guilford, long pass up to Nelson. It's going to go off her fingertips, out of bounds. Tetons will take over once again with 47 seconds left to go. They're trying to go on a tear here to end this first quarter. Field bringing it back up the court. She'll cross the timeline. 42 seconds left. Up to Oldelk. Peterson with tough on-ball defense. Picks up a screen. Bounce pass down low to Labatt again. Labatt's going to be blocked by Guilford. Guilford gets it off to Peterson. Here comes Field. Causes Peterson to cross over. Under 30 seconds left to play. 24 on the shot clock. About a 6-second differential. Alyssa St. Pierre swings it to Peterson. Peterson with a pump fake. Back to Alyssa on the wing. Now up on top. Hall, high post. She'll turn around, get it back to Peterson. Good closeout by Oldelk. Over to Alyssa St. Pierre from range for 3. That one is up and good. That'll cut the lead to 5. 9 seconds left. Back comes Elizabeth Field up the court. Across the timeline. She's going to drive. Trying to get down. Back out. It'll go to McDonald. Heave it up, and that'll be off the mark. No good. And the Tetons, who did not score for the first 6 minutes and 52 seconds of the quarter, are up by 5, 10-5 here after one complete. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back for the start of quarter number 2 here from Williston.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
Mike Ritter back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Business looks to pick up here in the second quarter. Tetons have a 5-point lead over the Lady Jacks, and it's Teton ball to start things off. Scoreboard watching. Bismarck State is up by 2, 8-6 over Lake Region. Give and go underneath. There's his bad horse up and in. Nice long pass from McDonald. Here comes a full court press once again. Guilford has it. Pass up on top to Hall. She's going to catch it. Beat the press break. Over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Swing it back up on top to Peterson. Peterson to Guilford. Guilford heaves one at the bucket. That's going to kiss off the front of the rim. No good. Pulled down by McDonald. She'll push it up the court. Tetons looking to run. get across the timeline, and she'll have to slow it down. Over to Field on the far wing, looking down low for Labatt. High ball screen up on top. Field over to Oldell. Takes one dribble through, up to the elbow, pulls the trigger, no good. Taken away by Sauber Peterson and the Jacks. Baseball pass up to Nelson. Going to force it down there, but tipped by his bad horse. Labatt comes away with it, gets it up to McDonald. She'll push it up and down. Tetons want to push this one. Field in the corner. She'll drive baseline. She's cut off, trying to get it up on top. His bad horse wide open from three, straight away off the mark. Guilford come down with the rebound. She's going to be cut off. Have to go up against Labatt. She'll get a step and get by Labatt, and there's going to officials miss a travel on Guilford. It'll come up. Alexis St. Pierre. Guilford over to Peterson, looking down low for Hall once again. Double team on Hall. It's going to be blocked underneath. McDonald with the rebound, looking to push once again, and they get it over to Old Elk. Old Elk back to McDonald underneath, who misses a 2-footer. Back on the court comes the Jacks. Long pass up to Alyssa St. Pierre. She'll look on the wing, up on top to Peterson. Over on the baseline to Hall. Good challenge by the Tetons. Guilford over to, looking for Peterson, and that is going to be Field off to the races. Lays it up and in. 2 more for Elizabeth Field. She has 7 points so far in the first half, 14-5. Back up the court come the Lady Jacks. Peterson has it on the far wing. She'll pull back and set up the half-court offense. Over to Alyssa St. Pierre, looking to go on the drive to Peterson from the wing in the corner to Guilford. Guilford back to Peterson, looking down low for Hall. They try to jump the pass to Nelson, up on top to Guilford, over to Peterson. Peterson throws one, has to heave that up. Long rebound will go to Old Elk. Old Elk trying to get it through. Finds Labatt. Labatt driving. She's going to put it up. She'll be no good. Lots of contact. His bad horse gets the rebound. Up and in. And there's going to be a timeout call by the Jacks. Here was 7:43. It's a big 6-point run to start the second quarter for the Tetons. They are up by 11, 16-5. We're going to be back after a 1-minute timeout.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Mike, back here for Teton basketball. Tetons getting set to put on some more full court press, up 16-5. Inbound pass goes to J.C. Hollister, survives over to back to Nelson. Nelson up to St. Pierre. St. Pierre looking to cross over, back up to Hall. Hall going to be taking it off herself. Just about has it stolen away from her. Forces it up to St. Pierre, back to Peterson. And the Lady Jacks beat the press breaker. 7.5 left to go in the first quarter. Up just about a foul by Old Elk up on top. Back to Hall. Hall looking to distribute. She'll go and drive it. Puts it up, forces it at the rim. No good. Guilford gets the rebound. That one's going to drop in there. Teton shied away from the contact to Hall, and that allowed the bucket to get in. Lead is 9 for Williston State, 16-7. 7:05 left to go. Kurkowski gets it, hands it off back to McDonald, who waits. A little backdoor pass again to Kurkowski, puts it up and in. Second straight possession. The Tetons have rammed that play to success. Back up the court comes Peterson. Here comes a jump trap on her. Long pass to Guilford. Taken away by McDonald. She's off to the races. Driving through. Swings it to Old Elk. Now to Kurkowski from the baseline. 2-point shot is up and good. Kurkowski has scored 4 in a row. 20-7. Lead for the Tetons. Their largest of the game. Guilford has it on the near wing. Look to get it up on top to Peterson. Peterson high post to Hall. Looking for someone to get back off to. Kurkowski with good defense. Hall will get it down off the backboard. No good. Pulled down by McDonald. And that's going to be a foul called on Hall. Her first personal, first team of the quarter. 6:20 left to go. Butler going to come back in. First time that Sydney Labatt has had a break in the game. Butler, who had some issues ball handling in the first quarter, looks to improve her efforts. Back comes McDonald up the court. Little full court press breaker. Baseball pass goes to Kurkowski. She'll look to attack the center. Tipped pass underneath, intended for Butler, and it's going to come away to St. Pierre. Turnover on the Tetons. Back up the court comes Peterson. Couple of Tetons in tow, and Peterson trips on the court monster. Big screen from Hall. Pull-up jumper from St. Pierre. That's going to be off the mark. No good. Tipped out of bounds by his bad horse. And there's going to be a technical called on Coach Bill Triplett here with 5:56 left to go in the first quarter. So that'll be a technical free throw. Two of them coming for. Looked like it was a technical, maybe no, it is going to be a technical called on Coach Triplett. Here comes Alyssa St. Pierre to shoot the two technical free throws. So St. Pierre at the stripe for the first of two technical free throws, trying to close in on the deficit. Hits the first one, now 20-8. She'll have one more, and it'll be ball back for the Lady Jacks. Next one on the way. That one is going to be good as well. 20-9. And now inbound pass coming for the Lady Jacks. They have to break the huddle. Playing without Alexis St. Pierre here, who has 3 fouls picked up in the third quarter. Inbound pass. Nelson gets it into Peterson. Will bring it up on top. A 2-3 zone being put on by the Tetons. Trying to get it to Hall. The long pass out to Nelson. Nelson takes one dribble and picks it up. Good defense by Old Elk. Flips it down low. Stolen away by the Tetons. Up to Kurkowski. 3-on-1 break now to Old Elk underneath. She's going to get pushed from behind, and that's going to be a foul on Nelson. Here with 5:39 left to go in the quarter. Second team foul on the Jacks in the game. Brianna Old Elk at the stripe, 4-1. Looks like we may have Alyssa St. Pierre, who's after going to come out of the game as Old Elk mixes her first one. So Alyssa St. Pierre, I think, may have had a little bit of a bloody lip. Checking on that. Alexis St. Pierre set to check in. Old Elk at the stripe, looking to extend the lead back to 12, and does with the free throw. So Lexi Nelson will check out of the game. Alexis St. Pierre will come back in. Inbound pass coming for the Lady Jacks. They're looking to get it into Hall. They do. Waiting for someone to come open. Hall will take it up the court himself. High pass up to Alexis St. Pierre. Gets a seam. Bounce pass down underneath the Peterson. Peterson out. We're looking for Gilliford, who is driving down to the hoop. Gets thrown out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover back to the Tetons. 5:28 left to go in the first half. McDonald has the ball. More full court press coming. McDonald, long pass out to His Bad Horse. She's going to fire from deep. Got it to go. Kansas, His Bad Horse, second three-pointer of the game for the Tetons. Inbound pass goes to Alexis St. Pierre. Beat the full court press. Get it off to Peterson. Will set up in the half court. Now to Alyssa. Looking down low. Pass going to be broken up by His Bad Horse. Bounce pass back over to Gilliford from the baseline. Up and in. 24-11. Tetons back up 13. Long pass back out to His Bad Horse. Underneath, up and in. 2 more for Kansas. She scored 5 straight for the Tetons. Back to a 15-point lead. Under 5 minutes left to go in the second. Alyssa St. Pierre has it poked away from her to Kurkowski. She couldn't handle the dribble, and they missed a wide open Old Elk down the court. Back comes Kurkowski up on top. She'll take off. Bounce pass, and Kurkowski's going to get caught with the travel as there was some defense that got into the passing lane at the last second. Field coming in for Old Elk, and De La Fuente coming in for Butler. So the only starter not on the court currently for the Tetons is Sydney Labatt, who played the first quarter and then some. Inbound play coming. They get it into Hall. Back out to Alyssa St. Pierre. She'll march it up the court. Run it to the wing. Kick it off back to Gilliford for 3. High angle. No good. McDonald catches it out of the air. She's pushing. 1-on-3. She's going to take it. She'll look to flip it up off the backboard. No good. De La Fuente comes down with it. She's going to be fouled by Gilliford. Third team foul on here are the Lady Jacks in the quarter. 4:19 left to go. Just number 1 on Gilliford. That'll put De La Fuente at the stripe, looking to get her first points of the game. The sophomore from Valladolid, Spain. On the way, the first one short off the front of the iron, no good. Tetons up by 15, 26-11. De La Fuente at the line for her second of 2. And that one is in and out, no good. Gilliford with the rebound. She's going to give it off to Peterson. Push it up, lose the handle. Field's going to come down with it. She'll look to take it over to His bad horse can't handle the bullet pass. Out on the wing to Kurkowski. Kurkowski over to McDonald. Long range, McDonald goes. That one's in there. That extends it out 29-11. Under 4 minutes left to go. More full court press. Peterson up to Alyssa St. Pierre. Give and go back to Hall. Hall driving. She tries a Euro step through. Gets away with a big travel out on the top of the perimeter. Three-pointer coming for the Jacks. That one is going to be in there. Three-pointer coming the other way for Alyssa St. Pierre. 29-14. McDonald. Lob pass up to Kurkowski. Kurkowski dribbles through over to De La Fuente. Back up on top to McDonald. Swings it to his bad horse. Steps out of the perimeter to McDonald. High post to De La Fuente over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski for three. That one is good. Kurkowski with her first three-pointer of the game. Now up to 18 points, 32-14. Hall at the timeline. She's going to dribble over and curl out at the top of the perimeter. Over to Alexa St. Pierre. Swings it to Peterson. Looking back, high post. Skips pass over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Up to Alexa. Alexa looking to get it back. Now finds Guilford. High post. Over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Takes a couple of steps inside and pulls the trigger. Gets it to go. 32-16. Tetons have the Lady Jacks doubled up. McDonald long pass across the court. It'll go back to Kurkowski. Baseline in the corner. It'll go to De La Fuente. Back to Kurkowski. McDonald up on top. She's going to use her offhand to get some movement. Field. She's going to drive baseline, get amongst the trees, kick it out to McDonald. McDonald for three from the top. That's up, no good. Tipped up away and pulled down by J.C. Hall and the Lady Jacks. Over to Peterson, and it'll go. She'll try to get through. Up to Hall across the timeline. Hall's going to slow things down, get it back to Peterson. Under 2.5 left to play in the first half. Field going for a steal. They get it over to Alexis St. Pierre. In the corner to Guilford. Back up on top to Peterson. Peterson holding, waiting. 10 left on the shot clock. Peterson is going to swing it over to Alyssa St. Pierre, who's going to try to save it from going out of bounds, but had her foot on the end line. Now it was 2:09 left to go. Tetons taking over. And they've had a lead as large as 18 points here in the game, currently sitting at 16, 32-16. Elizabeth Field bringing it back up the court for Williston State. She'll cross the timeline with 2:02 left to go in the half. Over to McDonald. McDonald in the corner to his bad horse. Baseline to De La Fuente. Give and go back to his bad horse. Puts it up. There's going to be a foul on the court. We'll see who it's on. Foul starting to mount here, and that one will go on. That one's going to go on Hall. It'll be number 2 on her. J.C. Turcotte seeing some first quarter action on the first make or the second stop, and that's going to be a first one. His bad horse going to come in the game. Turcotte will have to wait for a second make or the next stop. His bad horse, second of 2. It is up and good. Turcotte's going to come in the game for De La Fuente with 1:55 left to go. Don't want her to pick up a third personal. Here comes Peterson back up the court. Peterson crossing the timeline. 1:50 left to go in the half. Tetons still in their zone defense. High post. It'll go now to Nelson. Now to high post to Guilford. Guilford, one dribble out to Hall on the perimeter. Close out by Field. Tipped away into the hands of Turcotte. She'll look to push it up the court. Waiting for her is Alyssa St. Pierre. She'll get off to his bad horse. Now to McDonald. 1.5 left to go. McDonald pushes it to Field on the wing. Up on top to McDonald. McDonald crosses over on the double team. Kurkowski from the wing for 3. That's off the mark. No good. Tipped away by Field. Back to Kurkowski. She'll float. Put her up and in. 2 more for her. 20-point lead for the Tetons. 36-16. Peterson brings it up the court. She's going to be called for the double dribble. Put her hand on the side of the ball. She was looking for Alexis St. Pierre, but a closing in. Emily Kurkowski forced the turnover. McDonald has the ball. 1:08 left to go, crossing the timeline. Up comes Turcotte. She grabs the ball on the wing over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski back to Turcotte. She's going to fire it from range. That's off the back of the iron. No good. Field again with another offensive rebound. Looking for someone. Kurkowski from the corner up. That one is good. 3 more for Emily Kurkowski. And good to have her back on the team after she recovered from injury. Now Alexis St. Pierre has it from the wing up on top to Peterson. Back to St. Pierre. Back to Peterson. Swing it. Tipped away by Kurkowski to Guilford. Now to Alyssa St. Pierre. Kurkowski trying to strip it away. Up on top to Alexa. 3 ball on the way. Off the mark. No good. His bad horse will get it up to Turcotte. Turcotte will push it up to Kurkowski. 25 seconds left. Kurkowski stopped on the baseline. They swing it to Field. Field to Turcotte from the wing. She's going to fire. Contested 3. In and out it goes. No good. Hall will come down with it. 15 seconds left to go. 13 left. They get it up to Guilford just across the timeline. McDonald there in her back pocket trying to get a late takeaway. Over it goes to Guilford, looking to get it up on top to Hall. She fires one up. That won't hit anything. McDonald will have a couple seconds left, and she'll dribble it out as Williston State will have a 23-point lead, and it is a 26-point second quarter for Williston State as they head into halftime up big over the Lady Jacks. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout, and we'll have the halftime report here from Williston.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for the news.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Really the story of 2 quarters here. After the end of the first, Tetons held a 5-point lead, 10-5, in a very low-scoring game that didn't see the Tetons score until the 3-0 8 mark in the first quarter. That was a couple of free throws from Elizabeth Field. And since then, it has been outpouring of points. In the first 7 minutes of the game, 4 points were scored. In the next 15 minutes, 51 points were scored between the two teams. Taking a look at scoring, starting off with the Dakota College at Bottineau Lady Jacks. Leading the way is Alyssa St. Pierre. She has 10 points on 3 of 9 shooting. 2 of those are 3-pointers and going 2 of 2 from the line. 4 points in the game coming from Coylin Gilliford. She was 2 of 3 shooting. And JC Hall has 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. In the first quarter, the Lady Jacks shot 2 of 6 from the field for 33%, 1 of 2 from downtown for 50%. In the second quarter, they were 4 of 13 for 30.8%, 1 of 6 from deep for 16%, and hit both of their free throws that they shot. For the game, they are 6 of 19, 31%, 2 of 8 from deep for 25, and 2 of 2 from the stripe. 13 total rebounds, 10 defensive, 3 offensive. There's 4 assists, 5 steals, no blocks, and 18 turnovers in this first half for the Lady Jacks, as well as 8 personal fouls, 3 on Alexa St. Pierre, 2 on JC Hall, and then 1 each on Gilliford, Alyssa St. Pierre, and Lexi Nelson. Taking a look at the Tetons, 2 players with double digits. They're both tied at 12. Kansas His-Bad Horse has 12 points in the game, 4 of 6 shooting, including a 3-pointer, and 3 of 4 from the line. And Emily Kurkowski is 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 5 from deep. 6 points coming in from Elizabeth Field, 2 of 3 from the line, and 2 of 2 from the stripe. 3 points for Haley McDonald, 1 of 7 from the field. That was a 3-pointer in the game. Sydney Labatt, 1 of 3 from the field and 1 of 2 from the line. And then 3 points coming in from Brianna Oldelk. Hit the first 3-pointer of the game for the Tetons and has shot 1 shot overall, and that one was that good long ball in the game. In the first quarter, Tetons did not shoot well. 3 of 11 from the field for 27%, 1 of 5 from deep, and 3 of 4 from the line. In the second quarter, Tetons shot a whole lot better. 11 of 20 overall, 4 of 9 from behind on the arc, and 3 of 6 from the stripe. For the first half, they shot 14 of 31 for 45%, 5 of 14 from deep for 35%, and 6 of 10 from the stripe. 16 team rebounds in the game, 9 defensive, 7 offensive. Leading the way is Haley McDonald with 6 total. There's 8 assists on 14 made baskets, 10 steals, with Elizabeth Field already with 6 steals in the game, 1 block, 9 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls committed. Irene De La Fuente with 2, and Yasmin Butler with 1. 7:20 left to go here on the American State Bank scoreboard. We're going to step aside for another 4-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the advanced stats here from Williston.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Mike Gerber back here for Teton Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. 3 minutes left to go before we get underway for the second half here in Williston for the women's game. Tetons on top of Bottineau, 39-16. Despite a slow start, they got outscored Bottineau in that second quarter, 29-11, and now are up 39-16. Looking at the advanced stats, points in the paint, Bottineau was 0. No teams must not have recorded those ones here on the official stats. Points off of turnovers, they did. Bottineau, no points off of turnovers. Tetons with 28. Second chance point, Bottineau with 2. Tetons with 13. Bench points, Williston State has 15 points off the bench. None for the Lady Jacks. There's been one tie. Lead has changed once, and Bottineau started off 2-0 for over the first half of the first quarter before the Tetons got up on top, took their first lead when it was 3-0 and have not looked back since. Last field goal by the Lady Jacks was at 1:37. Last one for the Tetons was at 1:05. Lady Jacks have led by 2. They got that first bucket of the game with 8:47 left to go in the first quarter. Tetons have led by 23 points. That's their current margin that they stand at, and that was their last field goal that they hit in the first half. So Tetons looking to put the pedal down throughout the rest of this game, and we'll look to see, we might see some more hard work by the starters for the third quarter, and if the lead holds for the Tetons heading into the fourth, we may see a lot of the other rotational players out on the court here throughout the game. 1:23 left to go. We're going to step away for a 1-minute timeout. Be back here for the start of quarter number 3 here from Williston.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State Way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball. 10 seconds left on the clock before we get started for quarter number 3. And it is a big lead for Bismarck down in Devil's Lake as they have halftime right there now. Last time we saw Bismarck was up by 11. Last time we were able to peek in and take a look at the feed. So the Tetons need to get this one to guarantee themselves a home field bye, with Tetons having the momentarily tie with Bismarck State in the standings. Inbound pass coming for the Lady Jacks. They'll start off. Tetons going with their original 5 starters. So is Bottineau. Peterson with the ball. She'll take it up the court, hand it off to Alyssa St. Pierre. Now over to Guilford on top of the perimeter. Hall gets it off. She pops out and gets it. Looking for someone to give it off to. Holding it, waiting. Now she'll put it on the deck and be guarded by De La Fuente. Baseline drive. She's cut off by Irene. Down underneath, looking for someone to hand it off to. Tipped out of bounds by Haley McDonald. We'll give it back to the Lady Jacks here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Inbound pass come from Melissa St. Pierre to Guilford up on top. Hall posting up down low on De La Fuente. They're going to have it stolen away, and they're going to call a foul on Elizabeth Field. Reaching in to try and pick off the pass. Got a little bit of the wrist of J.C. Hall. That'll be the first team foul on the Tetons. First personal on field. That'll put 20 back on the shot clock. A little bit of a bailout for the Lady Jocks as time is expiring. Hall gets it on the baseline. She'll pull the trigger. Up and over everything. Pulled down by Field. Field puts it on the deck. She'll push it up the court. 9.5 left to go in the third. Field pushes over to her left. Gets it over to her right to Kurkowski. Kurkowski drives. Gets inside. Swings it to McDonald. McDonald on the drive. Out on the baseline to De La Fuente. Long 2-point shot. Up no good. And a couple of Jackson Tetons have the ball stolen away by Hall. That'll get it up to Alexis St. Pierre. Kick it up on top to Alyssa. Now to Peterson. Looking down low for Guilford. Couldn't find her. Up on top to Alyssa St. Pierre. Peterson down low to Guilford. Drop step. Puts it up. And that one will roll in and good. Guilford now with 6 points in the game. 39-18. Back comes Field up the court. She'll swing it over to Kurkowski. On the wing, picks a screen from Labatt. Little pick and roll isn't there. De La Fuente over to Field on the wing. She'll pick up a screen and a drive. Step back, nothing there. Good closeout by Peterson. Kurkowski give and go down low to Labatt. Jump stop, puts it up and in. 2 more for Sydney Labatt with 5 in the game. Alexis St. Pierre bringing it up the court. Back to a 23-point lead for the Tetons. Over to Peterson on top of the perimeter. Here comes Field for some tough on-ball pressure. Over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Trying to drive on McDonald. McDonald pokes it away. And that'll be an inbound pass coming for the Lady Jacks underneath their own basket. 17 left on the shot clock. Looking to get something up here and trying to chip away at this big deficit. Inbound pass coming from Alyssa St. Pierre. Good screens coming all around, and pass going to be tipped out and taken away by Kurkowski. She's going to take it off to the races. Has Field underneath, and Field's going to jump stop, put it up and in for 2 more. Great game here by Elizabeth Field, and she has 8 for Williston State. 43-18, 25-point lead, largest of the game for the Tetons. Peterson crosses over. She's cut off by Field along the perimeter. Trying to find a teammate to give it off to. She'll hand it off to Alyssa St. Pierre. Will cross over, pick up a screen from Hall. McDonald right there. There's another takeaway by Field. Bounce pass over to McDonald. She'll race it up the court. Tetons looking to keep the pressure on. McDonald drives, dips it off to Labatt on the low post, up on top to De La Fuente, who hurls it up, and that's going to be soft, no good. Kurkowski tips it up and is going to take it away. Just about another foul on Alexis St. Pierre. Field from the corner for 3. Got it to go. Elizabeth Field for 3. Joining in on the 3-point barrage by the Tetons. That's their 6th of the game. 46-18. 7-12 left to go. Peterson on top of the perimeter for the Lady Jacks. To Hall on the near wing, waiting for a curl-through screen. No one open, driving on De La Fuente. She's going to go up, and that one is going to be a foul on De La Fuente. And Coach Triple looking down on his bench and just kind of chuckling at that foul. not wanting to be too animated after picking up his first technical of the game. De La Fuente picks up her third personal, second team of the quarter. And coming out of the game will be Alexis St. Pierre. In is coming Lexi Nelson. And St. Pierre heading to the medical bag behind the bench. She may be having picked up a little nick. Hall's first free throw is up and good. Makes it 46-19. Second of two for J.C. Hall, the 6'2 sophomore from Bismarck. On the way, that one is going to be up and good as well. 7:01 left to go, 46-20. Back comes Field and the Tetons up the court. Elizabeth pushes to her right, hands it off to McDonald. High ball screen from De La Fuente to Labatt. Labatt over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski drives baseline. She's going to get all the way through and has her pass. It's going to be tipped by Alyssa St. Pierre, who picks it up and pushes down the court. Jacks trying to go on a little bit of a run. Underneath to Hall. Swings it up on top to Peterson. Heaves one up. That's going to be soft. No good. That'll be pulled down by Field. Field is well on her way and was halfway there at halftime to have a triple-double. Out to De La Fuente. Up on top to Kurkowski. Kurkowski for another three. In and out and no good. Tipped up and out of bounds by De La Fuente. And that's going to give it back to the Jacks. Alexis St. Pierre coming back into the game. She'll check in for Alyssa St. Pierre. 6:18 left to go. Tetons up by 26, 46-20 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Up the court comes Saber Peterson. She'll push over. High post to Hall. Hall looking down low. Going to take De La Fuente on the drive. And it's going to be Hall just uses a hip check to get De La Fuente out of the way and put the two-point shot up. 46-22. Field marching up the court. Nelson pounding her up the sideline to McDonald. McDonald from the elbow. Her shot's going to be blocked by Alexis St. Pierre. In the corner, it'll go now to Nelson. Nelson back up on top to Peterson. Peterson has it, swings it up to Gilliford. Gilliford working away around, looking down low. Peterson, no good. And they're going to get personal foul number 4 on De La Fuente. She went to tip an inbound pass away. So De La Fuente picks up her third team foul as Nelson set to inbound the ball. Nelson trying to find Hall, and she's going to lose the pass out of bounds. That'll give it back to the Tetons. 5:30 left to go. McDonald looking to get the ball into Field and does. Field will push it up the court. Working on Nelson, crossing over and get a step on her to get some room to get across the timeline. Kurkowski looking for Labatt. Now hands it off to Hall. Looking for a curl around to Kurkowski. Good defense by the Jacks. Kurkowski drives from the elbow, pulls the trigger. Up it goes. Emily Kurkowski with another good mid-range jumper. 48-22. Back up the court comes Peterson. High post to Guilford. Guilford looking to get it over, and there's going to be a foul called on. That will be on McDonald. Picking up a foul a little too tough, not allowing Alexis St. Pierre to curl around a screen, holding her position as St. Pierre was pushing into her. 4:58 left to go in the third. St. Pierre looking to inbound the ball, trying to clamp down on defense. Hall calling for it. Long pass up on top to Peterson. McDonald there going to be poked away. Labatt's going to come away with it. Up to Field. Has to chase it down. Gets it underneath. Bounce pass over to Kurkowski. Hit as she goes up. No good. She's going to come away with the rebound and pill out to the perimeter. Up on top to McDonald. McDonald from range. No good. Rebound again by Kurkowski. She'll drive. Pull up on the baseline. Over to McDonald. She'll have to peel out after taking some contact. Here comes De La Fuente through the lane. Up on top. Swing it back to Kurkowski for 3 from the corner. That's no good. Another rebound by McDonald in the Tetons. Baseline drive. Bounce pass over to De La Fuente on the ground. Loose ball going to be picked up by Peterson. She'll get it off to Alexis St. Pierre. St. Pierre looking to go through, and there's going to be a touch foul called on Kurkowski. That's a 15 foul, and we have a media timeout. We're going to step aside for a 1-minute break. We'll be back here for more Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop ryanhonda.net.
Mike Brewer back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Teton's up 48-22. At the line for a pair of free throws is Alexis St. Pierre after Emily Kurkowski picked up the foul. St. Pierre at the line for her first free throws of the game. Twirling the ball, lets it fly. That one is going to be up and in. She'll have one more coming, trying to cut it to a 24-point lead for the Tetons. Second one is on its way as well. That one is up and good. Kansas, his bad horse in the game for Irene De La Fuente. Back up the court comes Elizabeth Field. She'll cross the timeline. 4:10 left to go. Swings it over to McDonald. High screen from Labatt. McDonald drives, flips it up, no good. Tipped up by Guilford and come down with the rebound. She's looking for help. Gets it off to Peterson. Tetons stagnating a little bit here in the midway point of the second quarter. Guilford on top of the perimeter. Over to Peterson. Looking for Hall in the high post. Guilford gets it. Over to Alexis St. Pierre. Finally finds Hall on the high post. She's being surrounded. Pop pass is going to be tipped. Into the backcourt. It's going to go, and it goes over the line. No call on that one to Peterson with a floater up. No good. And they're going to call the absolute softest of touch fouls on Haley McDonald here with 3:38 left to go. That'll be shots from the line coming for Coylin Guilford. Second personal foul on McDonald here with 3:38 left in the second. Guilford at the stripe for her first. That one is going to rattle off the rim. No good. She'll have one more coming. Tetons have handily held the lead since about the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Guilford at the line for the second of two. That one is high, arcing, and up and good. His bad horse gets the inbound pass over to Elizabeth Field, who will march back up the court. Crossover on Nelson. Over to Kurkowski on the far wing. High ball screen from his bad horse. Kurkowski steps back into a three. Off the mark, no good. Long rebound goes to Alexis St. Pierre. St. Pierre runs up the court. Field in tow. Over to Peterson. Peterson takes it around now to the top of the perimeter. 20 on the shot clock for the Lady Jacks. Up on top to Guilford. 2-3 defense still for Williston State. St. Pierre up on top. Now swing it to Nelson. Nelson over to Guilford in the corner. She lets one fly. That's no good. His bad horse is going to be tied up with Peterson. Looking for a guard and couldn't quite find someone in time before the defense surrounded her. Jump ball, alternating arrow will keep it with the Tetons. Inbound pass goes to Field. Heaves it up to McDonald. Alexis St. Pierre, they're waiting for it. They're going to look to trap. McDonald's going to drive. She's going to go. A little hesitation. Bounce pass to Labatt on the baseline. Up on top. His bad horse for three. Off the mark. No good. Pulled down by Peterson. Peterson's going to be hounded by Field up the court. Good on-ball defense. Long pass. Going to be tipped away by Field again. Here comes Kurkowski. Gets it up to Field. She can't handle the pass. Battle will go to the perimeter. McDonald, they leave her wide open from three, and she knocks it down. Haley McDonald for another three-pointer. 51-25. Tetons up 26. Back comes Sauber Peterson and the Lady Jacks. Swing it to Alexis St. Pierre. Back to Peterson. Peterson looking high post. Nothing there. St. Pierre on the baseline now to Guilford. Cross court over Nelson. Nelson baseline drive cut off by his bad horse. Up on top to Peterson. Now to St. Pierre. High post to Hall. 8 on the shot clock. Hall with a long mid-range jumper. Doesn't hit anything. Out of bounds it goes. And that'll be Teton ball with 2 minutes left in quarter number 3. Tetons waiting a little bit of full court press, and they just get the ball into Field. Field takes off to the races. Nelson wasn't ready. She'll race up and hit the brakes. Field sets up the half-court set over to McDonald on the far wing. Up on top is his bad horse. Swings it over to Field. Baseline drive. She jump stops. Force it down to Labatt. Swings it in the corner. McDonald for another one. That is up and in. 2 in a row for Haley McDonald. 29-point lead for the Tetons. Kylie Olduck set to check into the game. That's Brianna set to check into the game. Peterson over to St. Pierre. High post, Gilliford looking down low for Hall. Nothing there. Three-pointer coming from Alexis St. Pierre. Up and good. 54-28. Back comes Field and the Tetons. Long pass over to his bad horse on the far wing. Back up to McDonald. McDonald will work her way around. She'll wait for some action to happen. Field bounce pass. Grabs it at the far wing. High ball screen. Field looking for his bad horse. Can't find her. Over to McDonald. Pump fake. Sheila's looking for another triple. She's going to drive, penetrate. Gets into the paint. She'll flip it up, and there's going to be a foul called. And 2 shots are coming for Haley McDonald. That is the first team foul in the quarter. Coming out of the game will be J.C. Hall for the Lady Jacks. Kurkowski coming at. Kylie Oldelk is into the game for Kurkowski. And it'll be Brianna Oldelk in for McDonald. McDonald's first one up is good. We'll have to wait for a second make or second of 2. Kurkowski back at the medical bag getting looked at by a trainer. She may have picked up a little nick as well. McDonald's second one is up and in, and Haley McDonald will exit the game with a 56-28 lead. And now J.C. Turcotte coming back in. She'll come in for Sydney Labatt, as Labatt has had a good game defensively and also put up some offense. Back up. Sauber Peterson up the court. Under a minute left to go in the third. Peterson over to Alexa St. Pierre looking high post. Nothing there. Peterson on top. They swing it back to Alexa. High post to Alyssa looking down low for Gilliford. In the corner to Nelson. Nothing there. High post again to Alyssa St. Pierre. She's going to take a couple dribbles up on top to Peterson. Swing it back to Alexa. Back it goes to Peterson. She fires from range. No good. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Last touched off the hand of the shot by Peterson. Will give it back to the Tetons. 31 seconds left to go. About a second differential between the shot and the play clock. Pass will go up to Kylie Oldelk. She'll cross the timeline. Peterson waiting for her. Off to a Field it'll go. Up on top. 20 seconds left. Brianna Oldelk comes across the screen. Now over to Kylie Oldelk. Waiting. Taking time. His bad horse. Over to Brianna Oldelk. Give and go. Nothing there. Turcotte has it up on top. Underneath it'll go. Tipped out of bounds by Gilliford. 7.9 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Kylie Oldelk set to trigger the inbound pass from underneath her own basket. It'll go to his bad horse. Catch and shoot. High arcing. No good. Pulled down by Gilliford. Turcotte trying to swipe it away. Can't do it. 3 seconds left. Alexis St. Pierre heaves it at the buzzer. It'll fall short. Tetons having a 28-point lead at the break. 56-28. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back for the start of quarter number 4 here on 660 Keys News Radio.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio, starting quarter number 4. Shelby Meyer into the game for the first time. She comes in for Elizabeth Field. Update from Devils Lake. It is Bismarck State up 60-45 over Lake Region State here in the fourth quarter. Back in play here in Williston. Hall has the ball for the Lady Jacks in the wing. There's a swing it around. Peterson looking, gets it high post to Alyssa St. Pierre. She knocks down the shot from the free throw line, 56-30. Kylie Oldelk bringing it up the court. She'll race to the wing. Looks to drive. She's cut off. Pulled away. Over to Meyer from the wing for 3. Shelby Meyer got it to go. Big shot. First one of the game for Meyer. Knocked it down. 59-30. 29-point lead. Back up the court comes Peterson. Peterson swings it to Nelson. Over to Hall. Hall from a baseline. That is up and good. Back to back they go to start this fourth quarter. Brianna Old Elk bring it up the court. Little hesitation dribble. Over to Meyer again. They leave her wide open. She works her way up on top. His bad horse. She'll take it off on the drive. Hand it off now to Brianna Old Elk. Driving on Hall. She'll get it down underneath the His Bad Horse. Puts it up and in. Both teams have scored on their first two possessions. 61-32. Back to a 29-point game. Peterson back up the court for Bottineau. Swing it over to Nelson. Tetons packing the paint. Alexis St. Pierre. Back to Peterson, looking for Alyssa St. Pierre in the high post to Nelson. Hall on the wing. Trying to get it off. Finds Nelson. 12 on the shot clock. Peterson up on top. She'll swing it to Alexis St. Pierre. Back to Peterson. Peterson takes off. Gets down low. She's going to try to drive through. Swing it over to Alexis St. Pierre for three. Off the mark. No good. Turcotte with the rebound. Get it to His Bad Horse. Now to Brianna Old Elk. She'll push through. Trying to force one underneath. Pass is going to be tipped. And that's going to be off to the Lady Jacks. Alexis St. Pierre driving. She finds the wing up on top to Peterson. Peterson slowing down. Skip pass over to Nelson in the wing. She shoots. No good. Turcotte with the rebound. Off to Kylie Old Elk. Old Elk hands it off to Brianna. Brianna over to Turcotte. Turcotte foot fake. Swings through up on top to Meyer. Swings it to His Bad Horse. His Bad Horse picks up a high ball screen. Now over to Kylie Old Elk. Curling around. She'll drive. Little feign with the ball, looking to get it to the outside, takes it up and in. Tetons up 31, 36, 32 with 7:42 left to go in the game. Alexis St. Pierre over to Peterson. Peterson, skip pass, back to Nelson. Nelson, high post to Alyssa St. Pierre. Drives back to Nelson, up on top to Alexa. Peterson on the near wing. Ball fake back to Alexis St. Pierre, trying to solve this 2-3 defense. A three-pointer on the way. Turcotte again with another rebound. That's her fourth of the quarter so far. Meyer will bring it up the court. She'll slow it down as traffic comes over to Turcotte. Turcotte thinks about a shot. She'll pump fake, put it on the deck, back to Meyer. Up on top to His Bad Horse. We'll find Brianna Old Elk. Get to the charity stripe. Dish it off to Turcotte. Little running hook, and Turcotte's going to be fouled on her way up. That will be on Alexis St. Pierre, her fourth personal. And Guilford will be coming into the game for Nelson. Butler set to come in for His Bad Horse with 7:04 left. So now fourth personal on Alexis St. Pierre. She'll have to be cautious on defense the remaining 7+ minutes. JC Turcotte at the line for two shots. First one on the way, soft off the front of the iron, no good. She'll have one more coming. Little alignment change on the rebounding side of things for the Lady Jacks. Second one from Turcotte is up and good. First points of the game for her. Up 64-32 now. 7 minutes left to go. Back comes Saber Peterson coming up the court. He'll get it over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Back to Peterson. High post to Guilford. Looking down low for Hall. Nothing there. Swinging around. Peterson straight away. Three-pointer off the front. No good. Pulled down by Butler, and she's going to be fouled by, looks like that one's going to go against either Guilford or Hall. We'll see who they put up. That one's going to be against Hall. Third personal on her. So now foul still mounting for these Lady Jacks. Back up the court comes Brianna Old Elk across the timeline. Swings it over to Butler. Butler hands it back off to Old Elk. Looking down low. Butler grabs it, puts it up, and there's going to be another foul on. That one's going to go on Hall, so she picks up back-to-back fouls in 30 seconds. So number 4 on her, and we'll put Butler at the line for 2. Butler still looking to get in the scoring column. Her first one from the stripe, up and good. The 6'5" freshman got her first points of the game, looking to go 2 for 2 from the stripe. Butler going to the line for her second of 2. That one in and out, no good. Turcotte with the offensive rebound. She'll pull it out to the wing. Fire from long range off the side of the rim, no good. It'll be pulled down by the Lady Jacks. Up comes Peterson, 6.5 left to go. 65-32, Teton lead. They're looking down low for Guilford. Can't find her. Hall now to Peterson on top of the perimeter. Skip pass over to Alexis St. Pierre. High pass to Hall. Hall down to Guilford. Underneath on the block, and there's going to be a body foul on Brianna Old Elk. She'll pick up a foul, and that will be just the first of the quarter here for Williston State. Guilford at the stripe. She's hit Second trip to the line for her in the game. First one on the way. That one is up and good. Makes it now a 32-point deficit. Trying to get it back down to 31. Closing in on 6 minutes left to go in this first of 2 games for sophomore day here on Williston. Guilford, second one on the way. That is up, and that one rattles home. Is good. 2 for 2 from the stripe. Back up comes the Tetons. Brianna Oldelk marches it up the court, crosses over, gets it to Kylie. Kylie drive. She'll get into the paint and going to step through, put it up and in. Both Hall and Alexis St. Pierre were down low, and they had to peel away to not commit their 5th fouls. Back up comes Peterson. Peterson swings it over to Alexis St. Pierre, looking down low for Hall. Nothing there. Up to Peterson. Now Alyssa St. Pierre. Skip pass back to Alexis. She'll fire it from range. That's going to not hit anything and go out of bounds. Back to Williston State. 5:43 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Brianna Hall set to check the ball into, Brianna Oldelk set to check the ball into Kylie Oldelk. Kylie gets it back to Brianna. She'll bring it up the court. Brianna crosses over, puts on a little bit of speed over to Turcotte. Baseline drive by J.C. Turcotte. Kicks it back out to Brianna Oldelk. She's going to get it, swing pass down low to Brianna. Fires up a 5-footer, up and good. Kylie to Brianna for the basket as Tetons increase their lead up to 35. Back comes Peterson. She has it on top of the perimeter. Long pass over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Peterson looking high post. Still nothing there. Alexa Peterson now to Guilford. Cross court to Alyssa. She'll drive, get into the paint, kick it off to Peterson for 3, and that is going to be off the mark. No good. Pulled down, call it a team rebound. Butler came away with it. Force pass up to Myers. Myers going to drive, and might have taken a shot on top of the head as she went up. No call, and it'll be tipped out by Kylie Oldelk. And we have a media timeout here with 4:57 left to go in the game. Tetons up 35. We'll be back in 1 minute.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Back here for Teton basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Tetons up 69-43 over in Devils Lake. It is an 11-point game. Bismarck State up 66-55 with 2:10 left to go. Lake Region State trying to come back in that one. Inbound pass for the Lady Jacks goes to Saber Peterson. She'll march it up the court under 5 minutes left to play. Peterson over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Back up on top to Peterson. Back to St. Pierre looking down low. Nothing. It goes to Alexis St. Pierre. Hall baseline jumper. That's off the mark. No good. Alyssa St. Pierre gets the rebound. Up. No good. Come away with his bad horse. Over to Brianna Oldelk. She'll push it up the court. Get inside the perimeter. Down low to Butler. Good dish. Up and in for 2 more. So Butler now with 3 points in the game. Back up the court comes Peterson. Swings it over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Back up to Peterson. Back to Alyssa. Cross court to Alexis St. Pierre. Down to the low post. Once again to Hall. She'll kick it back out. Guilford down low. Working on Butler. And they're going to call a foul on Butler. And she may have had 2 hands on defense on the back of Guilford here with 4:12 left to go. Inbound pass coming for the Lady Jacks. Peterson sent to get it in. Looking for anyone. Up on top, it'll go to Alyssa St. Pierre. High post over. It'll go out on top now to Peterson. Peterson drives, swings it out to Alyssa St. Pierre from the wing. No good. Pulled down by Shelby Meyer. She's pushing up the court, looking, no one open. She'll slow it down, set it up, kick it off to Brianna Oldout. Now to Kylie, looking down low, give and go was there. Back out to Kylie, bounce pass to his bad horse. She'll get in, push it up, and that's no good. Tipped up in the air, and that's going to be off to the Lady Jacks. Here 3:44 left to go. Alyssa St. Pierre on the far wing, up on top to Guilford. Now to Peterson. Peterson serving, swing pass over to Alyssa St. Pierre. Thought about a three-pointer, didn't take it. Peterson looking down low, still nothing open. Guilford on the baseline. It's going to try to get it to Hall. It's tipped away over to the hands of Meyer. Meyer pushing it up the court, 3-on-2, cross court to Brianna Oldout. Loses the pass into the hands of Alyssa St. Pierre. Had someone open down the court, couldn't find Hall underneath the basket. Pushed it up to Guilford. Guilford drives, going to push it up, and there's going to be a foul called on the Tetons here with 3:12 left to go. That one's going to go on Butler with 3:12 left. Score is now 71-34, and that'll put Guilford back to the line for a pair of shots. First one is up and good. Make it 71-35. Guilford waiting for her second of two. Takes her first shot, lets it go, and that's going to be hard off the backboard. No good. Pulled down by his bad horse. Up to Brianna Oldout. She's picked up her dribble, looking for someone to come back. Kylie Oldelk on the drive. Spins, puts it up, and in it goes. Two more for Kylie Oldelk in the game. 73-35. Back up the court comes Peterson. She'll walk it across the timeline. 2-3 defense still for Williston State. Alyssa St. Pierre on the far wing. Back up to Peterson. Pass the tip, but Guilford can grab it. Hall on the baseline. Jumper up and no good. That's going to go out of bounds. Back to Williston State. Here closing in on 2.5 minutes left to go. Inbound pass. It'll go up to Brianna Oldelk. She'll march it up the court. Oldelk now walks across the timeline. Under 2.5 left. Myers over to his bad horse. Drive, swings it out to Butler. Butler up on top to Myers. To Kylie Oldelk for three. That is in. Found its purchase from deep. Tetons up 41. 76-35. Back comes Peterson up the court. Turcotte set to check back in. Over to go to Alexis St. Pierre. Back up on top to Peterson. Back to St. Pierre. Playing keep away. Cross-court pass to Alyssa St. Pierre to Peterson. Now looking to get it down low to Guilford. Guilford, turn around, jumper off the glass and in. Two more for her. Back comes Kylie Oldelk. Waiting to get in. There's going to be just a substitution timeout. So no break in action besides having the substitution come in. Butler will take a seat on the bench. Her day is done. 1:48 left to go. Inbound pass to Kylie Oldelk. Up on top from Brianna. Hands it off to Meyer. Meyer takes it on the drive. She gets to the elbow. Swings it out to his bad horse. She goes off the backboard. No good. Pulled down by Hall. Last 1:35 left to go in the game. Back comes Saber Peterson up the court. Peterson crossing over, waiting for something to develop offensively on the baseline. To Hall. Out to Peterson up on top. We go to Alexis St. Pierre. Looking to find Hall on the high post. She grabs it. Over to Guilford. Up on top to Peterson. Peterson pushes one forward, and that drops in there. Now 76-40 here with 1:10 left to go. Coming back up the court is Brianna Oldelk, which may be the Tetons' last possession of the game. Bounce pass over to Turcotte. Looking to get Kylie Oldelk up on top. Spin move. She'll get down. Is going to be stripped underneath. Loose ball. Peterson's going to come away with it. Tetons will get one more look. Tipped away by Peterson. Going to be picked up by Kylie Oldelk. Pushes it up to Turcotte. Turcotte's going to be called for the travel, and she took an extra step going for the layup. We'll give it back to the Jacks here with 47.5 left to go. Back up the court comes Peterson one more time. Peterson swings it over to St. Pierre. Back up on top to Peterson. Looking, waiting, over to Alexis St. Pierre. Back up on top to Peterson. High ball screen from Guilford. Now to Alyssa. Back up on top to Peterson. Peterson walked a little bit. Now to Guilford. Looking for Alyssa St. Pierre. She throws one up. That's going to be high off the backboard. No good. Hall comes down with it. Fadeaway jumper underneath. That is good. J.C. Hall gets the basket. 21 seconds left. Brianna Oldelk will come up the court, and Tetons will be able to dribble this one out. Bounce pass over to Kylie Oldelk. Up to J.C. Turcotte. Turcotte's going to hold as the final 10 seconds are winding off the clock. Hands it off to Brianna Oldelk. Tetons come away with their 19th victory of the season, and in doing so have clinched a home court or a first-round bye in the Mondac Conference Tournament with a 76-42 win over Dakota College at Bottineau. We're going to take a 4-minute timeout, and we'll have the post-game report right here on 660 Keys News Radio.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independent, locally owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug toys available at their downtown Service Drug location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
On Sundays, your NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings. With 63 HD TVs having the NFL package, you will not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rieger Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beers, sports.
Performance Plus, something new from American State Bank and Trust Company, an account that fits your active lifestyle. Free digital banking services including bill pay, remote deposit, and e-statements, an instant issue debit card, limited ATM fee refunds, and no maintenance fees. Go to ASBT.com for terms and conditions and stop in our Main or North offices to open your new Performance Plus account. Banking the American State way. It's banking your way with Performance Plus. Member FDIC.
Earning your degree doesn't mean putting your life on hold. Williston State College offers a wide array of associate and associate of applied science programs that fit your busy lifestyle. They are flexible, convenient, and career-focused to what your goals are, and taught by experienced and engaged faculty. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the demands of life on the farm, in the patch, or simply raising a family.
Williston State College, where the people make the difference. Please visit online at willistonstate.edu/apply.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today, your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Of all your choices for a financial institution, clearly the best is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCU provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We treat you like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You'll know you're here when you see the bison on our sign. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.